Welcome to the dawn of Carthage, a city that would one day rival Rome, rule the seas, and carve its name into the memory of history. But before the wars, before the empire, there was a story, a legend, a woman, an escape, and an oxhide cut into strips. This is the tale of Queen Dido and the founding of Carthage. Our story begins in the ancient Phoenician city of Tyre, on the coast of modern-day Lebanon. Tyre was a powerful maritime state, known for its purple dye and its daring sailors who charted the seas of the Mediterranean. In Tyre lived a princess named Elissa, though she would become better known by her later name, Dido. She was the daughter of King Belus and sister to Pygmalion, who would inherit the throne after their father's death. But Pygmalion was ambitious, cruel, and hungry for power. He feared Dido's husband, a wealthy noble named Sychaeus, who controlled vast resources. In a dark twist, Pygmalion murdered Sychaeus, seizing his fortune. Dido, devastated and betrayed, knew she had to escape. But leaving Tyre was no easy task. With a loyal band of followers, merchants, sailors, and adventurers, she fled across the sea, carrying what wealth she could salvage. This moment was more than an escape. It was an exodus, the beginning of something far greater. Dido's fleet sailed westward, guided by Phoenician seafaring skill and by faith in the gods. According to legend, she first stopped on the island of Cyprus, where she gathered new allies. Some accounts even suggest she brought with her priestesses of Astarte, ensuring the religious traditions of Tyre would take root in her new home. The Mediterranean was a dangerous sea. Storms, pirates, and rival powers lurked everywhere. Yet Dido and her companions pressed onward, driven by the dream of founding a new city. Finally, their voyage brought them to the coast of North Africa, to a sheltered bay with a fertile hinterland. Here, the locals, often identified as Berber tribes, lived under their own kings. Dido saw the perfect place to begin again. But how does one found a city on land that belongs to others? Dido approached the local ruler, often named King Iarbas in the stories. She asked for a piece of land where her people could settle. The king laughed. A foreign queen washed ashore with a band of refugees asking for territory. To amuse her, he offered a challenge. She could have as much land as could be covered by a single oxhide. It seemed an impossible bargain. But Dido was clever. She took an oxhide, cut it into thin strips, and stretched them end to end, encircling a large hill near the bay. By this trick, she claimed far more land than the king expected. That hill became known as Byrsa, meaning hide in Greek. It would form the heart of her new city, Carthage. This tale is legendary, part myth, part history, but it captures the spirit of Phoenician cunning and ambition, a city born not from brute force, but from wit and negotiation. With land secured, Dido and her followers began to build. Carthage, from the Phoenician Cort Hadast, meaning new city, rose quickly. Houses of mud, brick, and stone, workshops for trade, and temples dedicated to Phoenician gods appeared. The harbor was a natural gift. Sheltered, deep, and ideal for ships, it became the beating heart of the settlement. From the start, Carthage was a city of sailors and merchants, but myths aside, archaeology confirms that Carthage grew rapidly in the late 9th or early 8th century BCE. Its Phoenician founders blended with local Berber traditions, creating a unique North African identity. What of Dido herself? Legends diverge here. In some versions, she ruled wisely, securing alliances and wealth. Carthage thrived under her leadership, but in Roman tales, especially Virgil's Aeneid, her fate takes a darker turn. Dido falls in love with the Trojan hero Aeneas, only to be abandoned. In despair, she takes her own life, cursing Aeneas and his descendants. The Romans would later use this myth to explain the eternal rivalry between Carthage and Rome. Whether as a tragic lover, a cunning queen, or a founding mother, Dido's legacy endured. She became the symbol of Carthage's beginnings, brilliant, resilient, and larger than life. From an oxhide and a dream, Carthage was born, a city that would grow into one of the greatest powers of the ancient world. But this is only the beginning of our journey. In the next episode, we'll explore the Phoenician roots of Carthage and how Tyre's empire across the seas laid the foundation for this new city to rise. Stay with us as we uncover the early history of Carthage, where myth and history intertwine and where the fate of empires begins.